Welcome to Techno Trend Zone. Apple's iPad lineup saw a major shakeup in 2024, with updates across almost every model, except for one notable exception: the base iPad. While this budget-friendly tablet did receive a significant price cut to just $349, its hardware has remained unchanged since its initial launch in 2022. However, new reports suggest that an update is finally on the horizon. In this video, we'll dive deep into everything we know so far about the 11th generation iPad, covering its potential release date, pricing, design, performance upgrades, and more. If you're considering an affordable Apple tablet in 2025, this is the information you need. Insiders speculate that Apple could unveil the new model at a March or April 2025 event, potentially alongside the anticipated 4th generation iPhone SE. If this timeline proves accurate, it would mean nearly 3 years between base iPad refreshes, one of the longest gaps in the product's history. Price. Will Apple keep it affordable? Pricing for the 11th Gen iPad remains uncertain, but there are two likely scenarios Apple could pursue. Maintaining the $349 price point. Apple may decide to keep the current $349 price tag to solidify its position in the budget tablet market. This would make it one of the most affordable iPads ever, competing directly with budget-friendly Android tablets. Reverting to the $449 price tag. If Apple continues selling the 10th Gen iPad at a reduced price, it could introduce the 11th Gen model at $449, similar to the initial launch pricing of the 10th Gen iPad. For global markets, Apple recently lowered the 10th Gen iPad's price to £329 in the UK, suggesting that affordability is a key focus. We anticipate that Apple will keep the new model competitively priced to attract students, casual users, and professionals looking for a secondary device. Performance. A big leap in processing power? One of the most significant upgrades expected in the 11th Gen iPad is a more powerful chipset. The current 10th Gen model runs on the A14 Bionic chip, which debuted in 2020 with the iPhone 12 and the 4th Gen iPad Air. While still capable, it lags behind Apple's newer processors. If Apple follows the trends seen with the 2024 iPad mini, which features the A17 Pro chip, we could see a similar jump in processing power for the base iPad. Potential upgrades include a 16 Bionic chip, the most likely candidate, providing a significant performance boost while keeping costs in check. A 17 Pro chip. If Apple is feeling ambitious, it could equip the 11th Gen iPad with an A17 Pro, bringing Apple Intelligence, AI and machine learning capabilities to the budget iPad. More RAM. The 10th Gen iPad has 4 GB of RAM, but an increase to 6 GB or even 8 GB would improve multitasking and support for future iPadOS updates. With these upgrades, the new iPad would offer better app performance, faster load times, and extended software support, making it a more future-proof device. Design. Any major changes? The 10th Gen iPad introduced a completely new design, eliminating the home button and expanding the display size from 10.2 inches to 10.9 inches. Because of this, we don't expect another drastic redesign for the 11th Gen iPad. However, one area that Apple could improve is the display technology. Laminated display. Unlike higher-end iPads, the current base model lacks a fully laminated display, which results in a noticeable gap between the glass and the screen. Upgrading to a laminated display would enhance clarity, reduce reflections, and make the device feel more premium. Thinner and lighter. If Apple opts for a laminated display, the 11th Gen iPad could be thinner and lighter, making it more portable and comfortable for extended use. While Face ID is unlikely at this price point, Touch ID embedded in the power button is expected to remain unchanged. Camera. Minor tweaks, but no major overhaul. The 10th Gen iPad made a key change by moving the front camera to a landscape orientation, a decision aimed at improving the experience for FaceTime calls and video conferencing. Given this recent change, we don't anticipate any significant upgrades to the front camera. However, Apple could introduce software-based camera enhancements similar to the M2 iPad Air's image processing improvements. On the rear camera, minor tweaks, such as better HDR processing or enhanced 12MP wide-angle capabilities, are possible, but we don't expect a major hardware change. Storage. A much-needed upgrade. One of the biggest complaints about the 10th Gen iPad is its 64 GB base storage, which feels extremely limiting in 2024. Meanwhile, every other iPad model now starts at 128 GB or more. For the 11th Gen iPad, We anticipate that Apple will finally increase the base storage to 128 gigabytes, aligning with the current iPhone SE. This would make the tablet far more versatile for students, professionals, and media consumers. Additionally, Apple may introduce a 512 gigabyte storage option, giving users greater flexibility for storing apps, games, and media. Apple Pencil and accessories compatibility. The 10th Gen iPad introduced USB-C, but it still required an adapter to charge the first-generation Apple Pencil, creating confusion for users. For the 11th Gen iPad, Apple could simplify this by making the tablet fully compatible with the Apple Pencil USB-C version. Other expected accessory updates include continued support for the Magic Keyboard Folio, possible improvements to third-party accessory compatibility. With these refinements, the 11th Gen iPad could become a more compelling choice for students and creative professionals on a budget. Final thoughts. Is the 11th Gen iPad worth waiting for? The 11th generation iPad may not bring a revolutionary redesign, but the expected performance upgrades, improved storage, and potential display enhancements could make it one of the best value-for-money tablets Apple has ever released. That wraps up today's breakdown. What do you think about the rumored upgrades? Will the 11th Gen iPad be worth the wait, or should Apple have updated it sooner? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Apple news, leaks, and tech updates. See you in the next video.